So this webinar is on US Contractor Licensing and Teams. So it's going to go over how you would submit your contractor license applications for both new licenses and renewals, and then also how to submit your individual worker contractor licenses, and again, both new and renewals for that. So 4 different forms I'll go over here. And the first one I'm going to go over is the contractor company new license application. So I'll go over first. So when you sign on to Teams, what it's going to show you is going to default to showing you everything that you're an authorized user for. So what you're going to want to do first is go ahead and kind of click on this all here in the upper left-hand corner. Once you do that, you're going to want to find the company name that you're needing a license for. Go ahead and click on that. Because when you do your fill out your application for your company, you need to make sure that you're within your company profile first, or else you're going to need to resubmit. And so right now, what you're seeing up until April 1st of this year is going to look slightly different on how to access the application than it's going to look after April 1st. So first, I'm going to show you what it currently looks like at the moment and how to access that form. All right, so first you need to make sure that your company name is listed in this box over here on the left. Then you're going to want to click on Apps, Requests, and Reports. And then you're going to click on Start a New Form. And once you click on that, this box will pop up. Now, since we're doing a new license application, we're going to click on All Other Forms. Once you click on that, it will give you a list of all the applications that are available to you. Now, not all of these forms are ones that you need to fill out. So what you're going to need to do is scroll down that list to find the one titled Underground Storage Tank Contractor Company License New. And then on the very right, you're going to want to click on Begin Submission. And that will bring you to the form. Now I'm going to go over how you're going to access that form beginning on April 1st of this year. And then I'm also going to go over how to complete the form itself. So just like before, you're going to want to make sure that you're within your company profile. So it should have the company name up in the upper left-hand corner. And you're going to want to click on Start a New Form. And then you're going to want to click on I want to start a new application. Once you click on that, it will bring up the same list that we just saw. And you're going to find the form with the same title of Underground Storage Tank Contractor Company License New. So you want to make sure that it says company, and you also want to make sure that it says new so that you're filling out the correct one. And then click Begin over here on the right. And once you click Begin, this screen will pop up. You're going to want to click Begin Form Entry, and then that's going to bring you to the form. And so what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the required information. So all these blank fields, you'll fill out with that information. If you see anything with a red asterisk, that's a required field. So it's going to require you to fill out that information in order to submit the form. So you're going to want to make sure you fill all of that out before you're done. And even if you were to forget something, it will let you know that there's something you still need to fill out, and then you can go back and fill it out before submitting. So then you fill out that information and you're going through. And then after that section, you're going to go to your liability insurance information. So if you are a company that has pollution liability insurance, this is where you're going to upload that. And so what you do is that you could either drag and drop that insurance policy to this box, or you can click Choose File and you can upload it that way. We do have our first webinar actually goes over how to do that in Teams. So if you're wanting to know how to do that function, go ahead and check out that webinar, but I won't go over it at the moment here. If you are a company that does not have pollution liability insurance, you can go ahead and skip this section and go straight to the fees section. So this fees section is just going over what our fee policy is. So there's actually nothing that you need to do on this screen except read what's in this box, and then click on the bottom here to go to the next section, which is review. So in this section, it's going to show you everything that you have filled out for your application. So you're going to want to make sure that you scroll through all of this and make sure that all the information that's presented here is correct. And if everything is correct at the bottom, you're going to click next section, certify and submit. So once you click that, it'll bring you to this page. And this is just saying that, once you submit this form, it will go to KDHE for processing. And you're also saying that everything that you put in this form is true and correct to the best of your knowledge. So you just need to read that. And once that's been read, you're going to click finalize submission and submit form. Once you've clicked that, this will pop up here. So at the top, it says submission received. So that tells you right there that you've successfully submitted your application. And now that it's been submitted, you are officially charged this fee here that's showing down here, and that we are still awaiting payment, and you can see that right there. So on this page, you're going to click on whichever method of payment you're wanting to choose to pay the fee. So if we choose pay online, it'll bring you to our pay it site. So it's going to have this pay it login pop up here. You don't actually need to log into pay it. You don't need to have a pay it account. If you want to set one up, that's perfectly fine. It's just going to save your payment information. It will make future payments easier for you. But if you're not wanting to do that, you can go ahead and click down here, continue as guest. So once you get logged in or you continue as a guest, something similar to this will pop up, telling you what your total amount is. Then you're going to need to click on add a payment method. If you're continuing as a guest, if you're logged into your pay account, it will already likely have a payment method for you. And then once that method has been put in, you're going to click pay and you're going to pay that amount. If you're going to pay by mail and you click the pay by mail button, this window here will pop up, and it's going to have a link here to download your payment voucher. And that, along with your check, is going to need to be mailed to this address that's shown down here. So make sure that you get your payment voucher downloaded and that you take note of what this mailing address is, as you're going to need to send both the payment voucher and the check to that address. And once you get that information, you can go ahead and click on return to home at the bottom of the window. And then at that point, you have successfully completed the license application process. And if you mailed in a check, that will still be outstanding until we get that check processed. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'll move on to the next form here. So the next one I'll go over is the contractor company license renewal application. Now this is going to be very similar to the one I just went over, but slightly different in just how you access the form. But first I'll show you what it currently looks like in Keens up until April 1st here. So first of all, just like before, you want to make sure that your company name is listed at the top there. And just like the last one, you're going to click Apps, Requests, and Reports. And then you're going to click Start a New Form. Once you click on that, the same window will pop up as the last one, except this time you're going to want to click Permit Change Forms. Once you click that, it will show you two different options of forms that you want to complete. So this is an important step here. Since we're trying to renew the company license and not an individual worker license, the only one that we should be doing while we're within our company profile is this top form here. Because if you submit the bottom form for the individual license, that form is going to be resubmitted to the correct place in Keynes underneath the individual, and I will go over that later, but just make sure that whichever one that you're under, that you're only doing the form for that while you're underneath that profile. So you're going to click Begin Permit Change Submission, and that will bring you to the form. Now I'm going to go over how you're going to access and complete that application beginning on April 1st of this year. Again, you make sure that you're underneath the company name. You're going to go Start New Form. And this time you're going to want to select, I want to renew, modify, or terminate an existing permit, license, or registration. Once you click on that, it will give you those same options that we saw just a minute ago. And again, you're going to want to make sure you fill out this top form only here, the underground storage tank contractor company license renewal. We'll go ahead and click Begin. And then we're going to begin a form entry. That's going to take us to the form. And just like before, we're going to fill out the required information. Now, a new function here that I'll point out is a contact autofill. So the information that we already have on record in Keynes, for your contact information, you can actually use this drop down here to select that and have it automatically fill in the information for you to make the process go faster. And to do that, I would go to this box up here highlighted in red. I would click the drop down. And in this case, I'm wanting to fill in the contact information for my company. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my company name. And once I do that, it will fill in the information and the address and all of that for my company. And that will make the whole process go faster for you. So definitely try to utilize that option if it's available to you. And then just like before, you'll fill out the required information, the liability insurance information here. Just as with the last one, if you have pollution liability insurance, upload it here. And for this renewal, you want to make sure that I would say go ahead and just upload whatever you currently have at the moment, even if you think we already have it, because it does not hurt to upload it anyway, and actually makes it easier for us to see that you do have the insurance that you need for your license. And then the next section is going to be fees. And again, this is just informational, so just read that and then go to the review section. Once you get to the review section here, you're just going to make sure everything is accurate. Now, once you've looked that over, you go to certify and submit, and then just like before, you're going to finalize your submission and submit your form. And then you'll get your payment window to pop up, and then you'll select your method of payment like we just did previously. And at that point, you'd be done with the application process for this form. All right, so the next one I'll go over here is the contractor new license application. So I will note that this is for both new contractors who do not have a license at all, or existing contractors who want to be licensed for something that they are not previously licensed for. They would need to also submit a new license application for that specific license. But first I will go over how it currently looks in Keens at the moment up until April 1st of this year. So very similar to what we've already seen. This time we want to make sure that the individual name of the worker that we're needing a license for is in this upper left-hand corner. And then we're going to click on apps, requests, and reports, and then start a new form. That will pop up this box here, and we're going to click all other forms since we're not trying to modify anything that's existing. We're doing something new, so it's going to be all other forms here. Once we click on that, it will pull up that large list we've seen before here. And this time we need to scroll to find the form titled Underground Storage Tank Contractor License New. So I want to make sure it does not say company, and also make sure that it says new and not renewal. Make sure that we're doing the correct form. And then to the right, we're going to want to click Begin Submission. And that will bring us to the form. And now I'm going to go over how you're going to access and complete that application here, beginning soon on April 1st of this year. So just like before, I make sure that the individual's name is in this box on the upper left-hand corner. Then I click Start a New Form. And then I want to click Start a New Application here. And then again, I'm going to find the Underground Storage Tank Contractor License New form in the long list, and then click Begin. Now here, it's going to bring up this box. Now it's just asking you, which person are you trying to submit this application for? Just to give you a chance, if it's a completely new person, you can select in this drop down that it's a new person and put in that person's name. If it's a person that's already associated with your account, but is just in need of a license, you should be able to find that person's name by clicking on this drop down and clicking on their name. And then once you do that, you're going to click Select. That will bring you to this page where, just like before, we're going to click Begin Form Entry. And then that will bring us into the form here. So we're going to fill out all the required information like we have for our previous forms. And this should look pretty similar, at least this top part, to what we've already seen. I'm going to select which license types I'm applying for as well. And then at the bottom of this section is an area for you to upload your manufacturer certifications. And so just like with the liability insurance, you can either drag or drop your files, or you can click Choose File to get that uploaded here. And even if you think we probably already have the certification, go ahead and upload any current certifications that this worker has at the moment, just so that everything is, we can see everything within the application. And it's all in Teams. And I know that I successfully attached that certification if I see the name of it located below this box here. And you can upload as many certifications here as you want. You don't need to do a separate form to do that. Go ahead and do all of that just within this form. And then if you want to add a comment below, you can do that as well, just to let us know specifically what it is that you have uploaded. And then once you've done that, you're going to go to the exam section here. Now, for those of you that have recently gone through the application process on Teams, this will probably look different than what you've previously seen. This just went into effect on Keams as of Monday of this week. Because previously for the exams, you would have had to email me requesting it. I would have had to send an email back with the blank exams. And then once they were completed, you'd have to email those back to me. And so what we've done here is that we've actually, based on the license types that you indicated in the previous section, we will provide the exams that you need to fill out, that you need to complete for your license. And as shown here on the screen, we have a link here where you can access the blank form to fill out. And then once it's completed, you can go ahead and upload that here. And everything that I see here is something that I actually need to complete. It's not going to show me any exam that I do not need to fill out, which is good. It makes it pretty clear and obvious once you get to this section. And if you need to get out of this and get that exam completed and then get back into it, you can go ahead and save. You want to click the save button in the upper right hand corner to save the application. And once it's saved, you can go ahead and exit form to home, and then it'll be saved as a draft, and you can come back later, get those uploaded and complete the form. This is just contact information for you to fill out, and the red asterisks are the required information, so you get that filled out. Then you go to the next section with fees, and this explains the policy and also shows you here that, so I'm applying for one license type, and it's an initial, so I have to pay $100. So it kind of gives me a heads up on that, but I'm not officially charged any amount until I submit the form. So I'm going to go and I'm going to review what I have here, but just like before, make sure that everything that is shown on this page is accurate. And I will show you quickly here. It has the links to the documents that you uploaded. So you could actually, from this review section, you can click on these links and it will show you what you have uploaded. So you can double check just to make sure that you uploaded the correct documentation. And you can also access the blank exams from this section as well. And then once you're done reviewing it, you're going to click next section, certify and submit. And then you can go ahead and finalize submission and submit the form. And then just like with the other applications, this payment screen will pop up, and then I'll click on whichever payment method I'm wanting to utilize for this. And once I deal with the payment process, then this application process on my part is completed. So now I will go ahead and I'll show you the last form here real quick for a renewal application for the individual worker license. So this is going to be very similar to what we just went over. So I won't go in as much detail as I just did. But first I'll show you how to access the application currently up until the layout changes on April 1st. So I'm making sure that my worker's name is located in the upper left-hand corner. Go to apps, requests, and reports, and then start a new form, just like I did with the last application. But this time I'm going to click permit change forms. And then here it's going to show me, it's going to actually give me 4 different options. So I know that I'm wanting to renew an individual license. So I want to make sure that I do one that says underground storage tank contractor license renewal. It does show me 2 different options here. That's just because I have, it shows that I have both a tester license and a remover license. But for this application, I want to make sure that I only do one of them. And it can be either one of these two on the bottom, but you only want to complete one, or else it's going to charge you double for two different applications. We'd have to get that fixed. And so you're going to click begin permit change submission next to the one you'll complete, and that will bring you to the form. And I'll show you how it's going to look like beginning on April 1st of this year. So I got my worker's name here in the upper left-hand corner. I've clicked start new form, and this time I'm going to want to click, I want to renew, modify, or terminate an existing permit. And that's going to bring me to this page here. So we have it's going to be more cleaned up than it is at the moment. It's only showing me two different forms. But if you remember what I said for the company license renewal application, I want to make sure that because I'm within my individual worker's account, the only one I'm going to complete while I'm under that account is going to be this contractor license renewal and not the company license renewal application. So then I'll click begin to begin the form. I'm going to click begin form entry. That's going to bring me to the form. Now for this one, it's going to show you information here that we have on file in our system. Just make note that you are not able to change this information within this form. If any of this information needs to be changed, you're going to need to contact us so we can get it changed within our system. But it is not going to let you do that within the form. That does kind of trip some people up at times. And then you're just going to fill out the contact information like you have previously, upload your certifications here, just like we showed for the last form. Then I'm going to go to the exams here. And this is going to be the same format as it is for the new license application, except instead of the initial exams, it's going to give me the renewal exams instead. I'm going to get those uploaded. And then once I have those uploaded, I can go ahead and continue filling things out. So I can see here I've got autofill. So anytime you see a contact autofill, it's good to utilize that as it makes the process go faster for you. And then I go to my fee section, and I can see that I'm only trying to renew one license type. So it's only going to cost me $50. That's giving me a heads up. I'm going to review the application here, make sure everything is accurate. And then I go to the next section, certify and submit. And then to submit my form, I'm going to finalize submission and submit form. And this window is going to pop up, and then I'm just going to select whichever method of payment I would like to choose to pay for this application. And then once you get that payment process completed, then everything is done on your end, and then we can get your license renewed. So that is the end of the presentation portion here, and now we will open it for a Q&A.